I'm about to do your Sagittarius tarot reading for April 2022. And in this Sagittarius love reading, we're going to take a behind the scenes peek at your romantic person of interest. Sagittarius, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Sagittarius love reading. Had Temperance just jump out the major arcana card for Sagittarius. If this is your first time here and you have questions that you want answered about your romantic love life or your relationship, then start now by subscribing and clicking the bell icon so you always get notified anytime I post a new Sagittarius tarot reading for you. Now let's get on with this Sagittarius love reading for April 2022 today, because today we are going to take a behind the scenes peek at your romantic person of interest. So whoever it is you're romantically involved with, romantically thinking about, or romantically energetically connected to in some way, we're going to take a good hard look behind the scenes at what's going on with this person here in April 2022. Find out what's going on with them, what your attention and your awareness need to be brought to about this person. That way you're best able to navigate the situation you're finding yourself in with them. Now, I do want you to keep in mind that this is not a personal reading. This is a general collective reading, which means I'm not tapping into your specific energy as an individual person the same way I would if I were doing a personal reading for you. Now, if a personal reading with me is something you're interested in, I'd be happy to do one for you, and you can find all the information about my personal readings in the description and the first pinned comment right below this video. But this is a general collective reading, which means I'm tapping into the collective energy of a large group of Sagittarius people that I'm responsible for getting messages for. It also really means that there's no possible way in the world that this reading is going to resonate with every single Sagittarius person on the entire planet all at the same time, because not every Sagittarius person on the whole planet is going through the same situation or experiencing the same set of energies all at the same time. It's also important to keep in mind, in general readings like this, energies can and do get flipped around backwards from time to time. Roles get reversed, especially for cross watchers, which just means if you're not a Sagittarius and you're watching this Sagittarius tarot reading because you're interested in a Sagittarius, you want to know what's going on with them, I'm fine with that. Just keep in mind that especially for cross watchers, energies are very prone to get flipped around backwards and roles get reversed. So you just got to take it as it resonates for you. Now, regardless of how this reading resonates for you, you should still probably take a look at the videos for your moon sign, your rising sign, and your Venus sign, just because they can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And you can find the links to those videos, the info on my personal readings, information about the different tarot decks that I'm using, Sagittarius crystals, orgone pyramids, these cool 11/11 shirts, all the different shirts and coffee mugs that I have. There's all kinds of fun, helpful stuff in the description right below this video. But enough yakking, let's get on with this April 2022 Sagittarius love reading, and let's start by getting 5 cards for what's going on with Sagi's romantic person of interest here in April 2022. What does Sagittarius's attention and awareness need to be brought to about this person that they are romantically involved with, romantically thinking about, just energetically connected to romantically? What's going on with this person of interest of Sagittarius here in April 2022, please? Let's get 2 more. 1 more, please. Okay, thank you. Okie dokie. On the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading is the 7 of Swords. Now, this is Aquarius energy. This has got a few meanings. I'm going to give them all to you. You take it however it resonates for you. The first meaning to this is lying, cheating, stealing, deceptive behavior, sneaking around behind your back, doing something sneaky and shady and trying to get away with it, doing something they're not supposed to be doing and trying to get away with it. Now, that's not the only meaning to this card. Sometimes this card can be about self-preservation, as in your person not wanting to be hurt. Like, the whole reason the dude on the card is stealing these swords is because he doesn't want to be hurt by those swords. He doesn't want the swords used against him, so he steals them to make sure that he can't be hurt by them. So it can be an energy of not wanting to be hurt and like trying to preserve yourself. Can also be an energy of leaving something behind. he can only carry 5 swords and he's got to leave these other 2 swords behind. So it could mean any of those things. Hell, it could mean all 3 of those things simultaneously. Right under that 7 of swords, I have the Ace of Swords. So this is the sword of victory. It's the sword of truth. It's the sword of clarity. It's also the sword you would use to make a decision with. The word decision, the Latin word that word comes from, literally means to cut off, like to cut off all other options and be left with only one option. That's how you make an actual decision. This can even be the sword you would use to sever a relationship or to sever something that's not in balance. I'm feeling decision here. Normally in a love reading, what I want to see is a whole bunch of cups because they represent love and emotions. It's not even bad to see some wands in there, some passion and desire, or even some pentacles, having some finances and some material possessions and all that stuff being in order. What I don't want to see is a bunch of swords, and so far in the overall energy, I've got 3 of them here. So this King of Swords is Aquarius energy. Sometimes it's Gemini energy. This is a decision-making energy, but this is someone, when they make their decisions, they're emotionally detached when they do it. They don't consult their emotions. They don't consult their intuition. They don't give a rat's ass about the story behind what's going on. The only thing the King of Swords is looking at is what's right in front of him, what he can see and verify with his own eyes. This is about making a decision based on the truth and the facts of the matter and what's right in front of him, and not the emotions and not the story. Sometimes this can seem like a cold and calculated kind of a person. No, regardless, we're all human beings, and all human beings have emotions. So this is someone who has emotions. They're just not listening to them. They're not consulting them. They're making their decisions without looking at the emotions. But in reality, right under the surface of that is the 4 of Cups. This is Cancer energy. This is a card of emotional discontentment. In other words, not being happy with what they have right in front of them. So much so that they're daydreaming about this other cup, this other thing that they believe would lead them to happiness and fulfillment. Now, sometimes this can represent that there's a love offer on the table already between you and this person, and it just hasn't been accepted or rejected yet. It's just kind of been left hanging here in the air with nothing being done about it. Sometimes this can represent your person contemplating making a love offer and just not doing it yet for whatever reason. Maybe because they're trying to detach from their emotions and they don't want to feel that. Maybe because there's something that they have to leave behind first, and before they can do that, they have to make the decision to sever that. It could be a case where your person is doing some sneaking around behind your back because they're not 100% happy with what they have right in front of them, and they're thinking about this other cup that they've been sneaking around with. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to play out yet. I won't really know until we get farther into the reading. I'm just throwing out all the possibilities here. So that's the overall energy. That's pretty much the gist of what this reading is going to talk to me about here. Now, in their actual energy for April 2022, Sagittarius, we got the 8 of Cups, Temperance, the 10 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the 6 of Wands. So this 8 of Cups is Pisces energy. This is a card of detachment. It's emotional detachment. It's physical detachment, like physically walking away. We've already seen a card of someone who is emotionally detached during their decision making, but also having actual emotions under the surface of that. They're just not happy and content, thinking about something else. This is someone who's walking away from 8 full cups of love. Now, most people could go their whole life on 8 full cups of love, but not this person. This person believes that there's something better out there for them. So they're choosing, like they're making an actual conscious choice to walk away from the 8 cups that they have to go down a brand new path towards something that they believe is going to lead them to more happiness and more fulfillment. They're walking away from 8 cups, going off in search of their 9th and 10th cup. Now, sometimes this is that, is the grass greener on the other side of the fence syndrome, where the person has to walk away because they think the grass might be greener somewhere else and they go to check and see. Usually what people find out is, hey dummy, it's not greener on the other side of the fence. The grass is greener where you water it, where you nurture it. But so a lot of times people will walk away and do this 8 of Cups bit and find out it's not actually greener on the other side, and then they try to come back. But I do have 2 cards here that could represent someone leaving something behind, making a decision to do that because they're not happy, they're not fully content. So tell me more about this 8 of Cups for Sagittarius's person of interest here, please. Why is the 8 of Cups here? Okay. Well, on the bottom of the deck, I have the 5 of Cups. This is Scorpio energy. This is sadness and remorse about the past. Really, this card is about where a person's focus is, literally determines what emotions they experience. This person is focused on these 3 cups that have been spilled out. Now you can see here in this 4 of Cups card where they're not happy with the 3 cups they have, and they're daydreaming about this other cup, this other thing they think is going to be more happiness and fulfillment. Well, here the person's focused on the 3 cups, and here they've been spilled. So this is them being focused on all the love and emotions that have been spilled out and wasted, all the time, effort, and energy that's been spilled out and wasted. In the meantime, there's still 2 upright, completely full cups in the background here. Their focus just isn't on that. So this is a card that says where your person's focus is literally determines what they're feeling. And right now, their focus is on the past. So they're feeling the way they felt in the past. If they're focused on something that they think's missing from their life, they're feeling that gap in their life. And if they're focused on something they think they've lost, they're feeling that loss. And that could be causing them to miss an opportunity here. As soon as I say that, right under it is that opportunity, the Ace of Pentacles. This is a practical, tangible opportunity being presented by the universe here. This is the seed that has the potential to grow into the 10 of Pentacles that we all want, that maximum stability and abundance and prosperity, like the combining together of 2 people or 2 families and all their assets and resources to build that happy, stable, abundant home life. That's the seed with the potential to grow into that. Now, it's not that in and of itself, it just has the potential to get there. And like any ace, you have to grab these opportunities and do something with them. Otherwise, they just represent empty potential. But your person has some sort of an opportunity here. And I don't know if their focus is in the right spot to notice that they have an opportunity here. Or they could be focused on the loss of an opportunity here. It looks like they detached and walked away. I don't know if that's from you or if they've detached and walked away from somebody else, but I have the Queen of Swords under that, which is Libra energy. This is about speaking the truth about something. It's also about cutting off the things or the people that no longer serve them, that are no longer in their best interest. It could have been that they had an opportunity, like they have some regrets about what they did in the past. It's possible that they were doing some deceptive stuff in the past. It's possible that they decided to cut the connection with you off and leave it behind and walk away and go down a new path to see if the grass was greener on the other side, and now they're having regrets about doing that and hoping to get an opportunity with you to come back, and then they're running into the Queen of Swords, which is ixnay on that, cutting that off. Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to manifest here. They're trying to, we got the Magician next. It's like they're trying to manifest an opportunity here, and something's getting severed. Now, to clarify this 8 of Cups, I got the Chariot, the 3 of Swords, Justice, and the 10 of Pentacles. So the Chariot is the Cancer Major Arcana card. This is the fastest energy in the whole tarot deck. This is about using the will to move forward past any problems or challenges or obstacles or any of this kind of negative stuff, to move forward past that with your will and to get forward in success and victory very quickly. Now, it's possible that your person detached and walked away, and they did that very quickly, very abruptly, and now they're having regrets about it. This could be that your person's detaching from someone else. I'm not 100% sure yet. Next, we have the 3 of Swords. This is more Libra energy. This is heartbreak and sadness from a third energy. Now, that third energy is not always a romantic third party, although it can be. This can be like anything that we humans do enough of can create its own energy. So like, for example, my business creates its own energy in my life. Going to school can create an energy. Your job, your career can create an energy. This can be nosy friends, nosy family members, nosy neighbors or coworkers, anybody sticking their nose in it that it doesn't belong. This can be distance. This can be a drug addiction. This could be eating too many bags of potato chips or going to the bar too much or watching too much television. This can literally be any number of things, but it can also be a romantic third party. That could be why your person walked away. Next, we have more Libra energy here with Justice. This is the Libra Major Arcana card. I've said Libra a lot already. You could be dealing with a Libra. This is a general collective reading, so you could literally be dealing with any sign. It's going to be almost impossible for me to pinpoint exactly who you are dealing with specifically, because I'm not tapping into your energy as an individual person. I'm tapping into the collective Sagittarius energy right now. So I'm just going to call out all the signs as they stick out to me, just in case that means something to you. But this Justice card is the most powerful card of balance in the deck. It's about doing the right thing, doing the fair thing, doing the just thing. The sword in this card is this Ace of Swords, and here it's used to sever something that's not in balance, so balance can be restored and the right, fair, just thing can happen. Like what's supposed to happen can actually happen. Just the fact that this card is here, though, usually tells me that something unfair and unjust has occurred, and there needs to be some balancing of that. That's probably why we have this energy that could be a third party. That's probably why we have this energy that could be lying, cheating, deception, sneaking around behind your back. It could be unfair that they walked away. Now, it could be that your person is feeling like they are doing something wrong, and they're trying to emotionally detach and move away from that very quickly because they're heartbroken over the fact that they feel like they're doing something wrong. This card can mean having remorse and regrets about something. It could mean any of those things, and there's this need to balance it out. Looks like what they're trying to balance out is this Ten of Pentacles. Now, we talked about that when we talked about this opportunity, the seed that has the potential to grow into this Ten of Pentacles. This is maximum stability, maximum abundance, maximum prosperity. It's the combining together of two people or two families and all their assets and resources to build that stable, happy, abundant home life. This is most people's goal in the physical reality. And your person has walked away from something. I think they walked away from you in the past and possibly had a third party, feeling sadness and remorse about it. I mean, usually when I have the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords, there's a third party involved. And now this is about them trying to balance that out and do the right, fair, just thing and try to balance it out to get this Ten of Pentacles back. It looks like they might be trying to come back to get this maximum stability here. Next, we have Sagittarius energy of Temperance. This is your major arcana card. This is a card of patience. It's also a card about blending two things together to create something new, blending things together little bits at a time and being willing to take a step back and look at the big picture to see how is it all working out before you come back in and blend a little bit more together to make some fine-tuning adjustments here. This card can be about assimilating changes that have taken place. You know, like if you make a cup of coffee or something and you put way too much sugar in it and you can't drink it because it tastes bad, you can pour some of the coffee out and then pour some new coffee in it and stir it up and like thin it down a little bit so it's not so sweet. That's kind of what this is when some massive changes happen and now everything's off. This is like trying to level that back out. It could be that they're trying to get some justice for you and trying to get this Ten of Pentacles back with you. I'm saying that because the very next card I'll clarify for them next is that same Ten of Pentacles again. And then the Hierophant, which is a card of commitment. Tell me about Temperance, please. Why is that here for Sagittarius' person in April 2022, please? Okay. On the bottom of the deck, the Two of Wands. This is Aries energy. This is a fork in the road. This is a crossroads in your person's life. It's a decision point. And it's a decision about which path leads them to the world that they really want, and which path do they need to leave behind to get there. Again, in the overall reading, energy of the reading, this can signify leaving something behind, because they can only carry 5 swords. They got to leave 2 behind. So this is them making the decision about what is it that they really want. What are they trying to create in this world here? And it looks like they make that decision and take some rapid, decisive action here. This Knight of Swords, Knights are action takers. This is the fastest knight in the deck. This is making some very rapid, decisive action here. Looks like rushing down the path very quickly and decisively towards the Queen of Wands. This is a feminine fire sign energy. Usually this is Leo or Aries energy, but it can totally represent Sagittarius in a Sagittarius reading, especially because I'm clarifying a Sagittarius card here. This is someone they have a lot of passion and desire for, or someone that has a lot of passion and desire, who knows exactly what they want. The Queen of Wands really don't take no bullshit. She doesn't take excuses. She doesn't accept defeat. She knows what she wants, and she goes after what she wants with bold, passionate, fiery determination. It's rare she doesn't get what she wants. So this looks like your person having a lot of passion and desire for you, wanting to try and balance things back out with you. Now, another meaning for this Temperance card can be reconciliation energy. In tarot, water represents love and emotions. Cups represent love and emotions. Well, here, the love has been separated into 2 different cups, and this angel is combining it back together into one. So recombining the 2 of you. I think that's the path that leads them to the world that they want, and they're rushing down that path very quickly. Yeah, that's what they want, because the very next card is the Hierophant here. This is Taurus energy. This is a card of commitment. This is about taking things to the next level. This is about being in a committed connection, a committed relationship. This is a marriage card, or at least being in that kind of a committed connection. Now, a lot of times when I'm seeing the 10 of Pentacles, this can represent 2 people who are married and living together, or it can just represent people who live together in the same house, where they've combined their lives together. I've got the Hierophant and the 10 of Pentacles twice. I'm using 2 decks, and I've got them both out here in both decks now. So this is looking like at one point was a very committed connection that your person possibly was doing something sneaky and deceptive in, and then made some decision, like decided to sever the connection, either because they weren't happy where they were and they were daydreaming about the other thing. What it's really looking like is they walked off to see if the grass was greener on the other side, and now they're emotionally discontent that they've gotten there, and it's not everything they thought it would be, and now they're stuck daydreaming about you, potentially thinking about making a love offer to you, offering their cup of love to you, and not doing so, probably because they know they broke your heart, and they're worried about whether justice will swing in their favor or against them. Now, to clarify this Temperance card, which feels to me like reconciliation, I've got the Star, the Page of Wands, and the 8 of Swords. So the Star is Aquarius energy. This is a card of wish fulfillment. It's a card of healing. It's a card of hope. It's also card 17 of the Major Arcana. Card 16, the one right before this, is the Tower. So you don't make it to the Star without going through a Tower moment first, where something in their life came apart. It came crashing down all around them. Some abrupt change took place where nothing's the same for them as it was prior to that moment. When that happens and there's this massive change, there is a need to assimilate those changes and restabilize yourself, rebalance yourself back out. It's also really hard to see your path moving forward from there when everything's different like that. This is the guiding light from the universe that lights the path for your person so they can see their way moving forward. It's where their hope comes from. It's where their healing comes from. So this could be them hoping that they can heal the connection, hoping that they can recombine the 2 of you back together, get back to being combined back together again, balance this connection out, do the right, fair, just thing in terms of what their point of view is, that you guys are probably supposed to be together. It would be the right thing to balance this out. Next, we have the Page of Wands. Pages are messengers. Wands are about passion and desire. So this can be news and messages and communications about passion, desire, passionate messages. This could be, it's the minor arcana version of the Fool. So this can be about having the willingness to take the first steps down a brand new path towards something they have passion and desire for. Now, I do have a card here where they walked away from what they had to go down a new path towards something they believe would lead them to their personal happiness and wish fulfillment. This could be them having the willingness to go down that path and they're trying to heal because they unbalanced everything and screwed it all up when they did that. It could be that they're trying to heal this and that they have the willingness to take the steps down the path toward you now. But then we've got the Eight of Swords, Gemini energy of being stuck in their head, thinking about something on this repeating loop in their mind over and over again and can't quite shut their mind off about it. They're not sure what the safe step to take is here, and they're feeling stuck and trapped and blocked because they don't know what to do, which is why they're stuck in their head grinding on it. This is an energy of overthinking something. It's also like a self-imposed mental prison of their own thoughts. Now, when I'm looking at these horizontally, it's like they detached and went off very quickly, and now they're hoping they can heal it. We've got Three of Swords, heartbreak and sadness, possibly because they chose to walk down a new path. And then we've got them balancing it out, doing the right, fair, just thing, making it so that what's supposed to happen can happen, but they're stuck in their head because they're not sure how to do that. They know that's what they want to do, and they know they want to come rushing very quickly down the path that leads toward you, that leads toward a commitment with you. I just don't think they understand how yet. Next in their energy, we have the Ten of Pentacles. This is Virgo energy. I don't know if I told you that when we looked at the other Ten of Pentacles, but they're Virgo energy. Maximum stability, abundance, prosperity, the combining together of two people, two families, all their assets and resources to build that happy, stable, abundant home life we all want. Tell me about this Ten of Pentacles. Why is that here for Sagittarius' person, please? Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Sagittarius' romantic person of interest, April 2022. Well, very interesting. Bottom of the deck, Five of Cups, Scorpio energy, sadness and remorse about the past. So it feels like you guys were together in the past. Either you were married in the past or you lived together and were in a pretty decent level of commitment type of a connection here. And I think they have sadness and remorse about everything that transpired when they got sneaky, when they left you behind, when they walked away, this heartbreak and sadness. They definitely are trying to figure out how to recombine you guys and how to balance it out and how to heal it. They have the willingness to do that. Their focus just isn't in the best of places right now. There is still a connection behind them. Whether they're paying attention to that or not, they could be totally afraid that they've screwed it up so bad based on what they've done that it's all already spilled out. And right under that, we have the Queen of Swords again. This is almost like the reason they haven't made the love offer to you. Even though they have the willingness to do it, they're stuck in their head and they're not sure if they can or not, because they're probably worried that based on what happened in the past, you're going to cut their head off. They're definitely trying to manifest something with you. It's the Mac Daddy Master Manifester of the tarot deck. It's got all four aces. Those aces are the 4 wands of each suit, which represent 1111. That's the number of manifesting. So this tells me your person's actively trying to manifest something. What they're trying to manifest is combining you guys together. This King of Cups is more Pisces energy. This is someone who has a lot of love and emotions for you. They just probably aren't necessarily outwardly expressing how they feel. The King of Cups doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve. He doesn't publicly broadcast how he feels about things. But regardless of what they're saying or not saying, they do have the feels. They do have a lot of love and emotions for you. Now, this is kind of the opposite energy, the counterbalance to this King of Swords. Like, when people make decisions, you predominantly see one of two types of people. You see the person who's very logical and analytical and rational about their decisions, or you see the person who throws logic and reason out the frickin' window and they just go with what they feel and that's it. Either way is completely off balance. You don't want to be entirely logical, or you're cold, you're calculated. You don't want to be completely emotional based in your decision making, because then you're doing stuff based on feelings, even though the common sense logic of it all is telling you and screaming at you to do. No, don't do that. That would be crazy. You really need to have both of these in balance in order to make correct decisions most of the time. Now, this can also be a situation where your person's emotions and their intuition are telling them one thing and their conscious mind is telling them something entirely different. Like, they want to express themselves to you, but then their conscious mind is like, dude, you kind of screwed the pooch a little bit here. You caused some heartbreak and sadness. You did some unfair stuff. You were being sneaky and deceptive and lying and sneaking around. You caused a tower moment. I know the tower is not actually out here on the table, but a lot of times it's not just the cards that are on the table that tell me what's going on. It's cards that aren't here sometimes that tell me what's going on. And just the fact that the star is here is proof that there was a tower at some point, or we wouldn't be at the star energy here. Now, right under this King of Cups is more Aquarius energy, the Five of Swords. This is a painful situation. Fives are conflicts, so this can be a conflict in their thinking, a conflict between their thoughts and their emotions. This could be a conflict in communications. This could be a bickering, arguing, a big fight. This could be bitter words being spoken. This, at its core, is about some mentally or psychologically painful situation or event. This can be someone who had a winning at all costs mentality. In other words, like, I'm going to get what I want, and if you happen to get hurt in the process, well, sorry about your luck. I'm taking care of me and what I want, which definitely will lead somebody to lie and sneak around behind your back and do deceptive crap. But there is definitely a painful situation under the surface of this, and that could be why they're not necessarily expressing themselves even though they want to. There's that King of Swords again. So again, I just showed you that these are counterbalances of each other, and right between them is that painful situation. So their emotions are telling them one thing, and their common sense and their logic is telling them, dude, you caused a big painful situation. It would probably be best to keep your mouth shut in this case, because you're going to run into the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords and this King of Swords here, normally when you have a King and Queen of the same suit, that's power couple. It's counterparts. It's two cards that are supposed to be together, and that usually represents two people who are probably supposed to be together. But in the case of the sword suit, this represents two people that used to be together. So definitely they cause some serious problem here. Yeah. Eight of Cups again. There's that Pisces energy. That's the very first card in their energy. A person's first card is their most important card. So definitely a detachment took place. Emotionally detached decision maker. They chose to walk away. They didn't listen to their emotions, and that's probably what caused the painful situation here. Now we're clarifying the Ten of Pentacles, that recombining you guys together back into one. We're combining you together back into one. To clarify that, I got that Ace of Pentacles again, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. So this whole column is all pentacles, all material world things, practical, touch it in your hand, physical things here. Also, I've got the 10, which is what we're clarifying, and the 8 and the 9. So 8, 9, and 10 of Pentacles, all Virgo energy right here. All the Virgo minor arcana cards right here. This Ace of Pentacles, like I told you before, is the seed with the potential to grow into this. It represents an opportunity here. your person probably looking for an opportunity to get this Ten of Pentacles back, looking for an opportunity to heal this connection with you, looking for an opportunity to be able to put the work in on this. This Eight of Pentacles is Virgo energy. It's a card of work, putting in the work, putting in the time, effort, and energy to get what they want, or at the very least being willing to put in the time, effort, and energy. Now, directly next to that is that Page of Wands, which is about having the willingness to take the very first steps down a brand new path toward putting the work in on this. Having the willingness to put in the work, having the willingness to take those steps in that direction in an attempt to try to balance this out and do the right, fair, just thing. Bring everything back into balance. Because they're sad and remorseful about what happened in the past. Next, we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is a singles energy. It's Virgo energy. It's with you or without you or in spite of you. I'm single, I'm abundant, I'm prosperous in my own right. I'm self-sufficient. I can take care of myself. I don't need someone to physically take care of me. I don't need someone to financially take care of me. Now, this is a singles energy. So this is telling me your person is single. I'm wondering if they're worried about or thinking a lot about being single and not really digging that. Or if they're thinking in circles about whether or not you're single. I've got the 1 and the 8 added together is the 9, and then there's the 9 again. So this seems like a progression here. It's like we were at the 10 already, and then everything went to hell in a handbasket when they walked away. And now it's like they're trying to blend it back together to get to the 10. And they've got an opportunity to do that, whether or not they see the opportunity, whether or not where their focus is convincing them they're going to get cut off, or whether or not their focus allows them to act on the opportunity and put the work in. Sometimes this can be a card of reaping the rewards of the work you've already put in. It could be your person's looking for an opportunity to work on this being single problem that they've got here in order to not be single anymore. The next progression from the 9 is the 10, where you're both in this state and then you combine together. That's what it's looking like they want, because the next card is the Hierophant, Taurus energy. Commitment, taking things to the next level from wherever they currently are. If you're together, this is about going to the next step, like engagement, wedding, marriage. If you're not together, it's about getting back together, being in a committed connection again. Tell me more about the Hierophant. Why is the Hierophant here for Sagittarius' romantic person of interest in April 2022, please? Okay. Okay, thank you. Telling me to switch them. I had them in the wrong order, so I'm listening. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Swords. We already saw this. This is the fastest knight in the deck. It's about rushing forward and speaking the truth on something. It's about rushing forward, taking rapid, decisive action on something. Rushing forward decisively toward the Queen of Wands, which is usually Aries or Leo energy, but this can totally represent Sagittarius. This is someone they have a lot of passion and desire for. They know exactly what they want, and it's you, and they're wanting to decisively run toward you very quickly, for reconciliation. 3 of Cups is Cancer energy. It's about being reunited and celebrating. Now, sometimes it can be about being united and celebrating, being united to begin with and celebrating that. Just depends on whether or not you've been there with them before or not. Got another really fast moving knight here. This is the Knight of Wands. It's the second fastest knight in the deck. It's about rushing forward, taking rapid, passionate action towards something they have a lot of passion and desire for. Now, this can also represent a third-party love scenario, because there are 3 cups of love in the picture. I've got sneaky, deceptive behavior that can include lying and cheating. I've got potential third party where there was heartbreak and sadness around that, something unfair and unjust taking place, them walking away to see if the grass was greener on the other side and now wanting to balance it out. This is way under the surface here, so this could be a very wishy-washy, in and out, back and forth kind of an energy. This is sometimes called the player of the tarot deck. So this can be somebody who has shifting loyalties, who rushes in all passionately and gets what they want, and then they rush out somewhere else all passionately and get what they want, and come back and forth between the two like they can't quite make up their mind. I think this is more them trying to rush forward very quickly with a lot of passion and desire to get what they actually desire, which is this Four of Wands. This is Aries energy. This is stability. It's like stability of the home life. We've seen the Ten of Pentacles twice. Stability of the family life, which we've seen the Ten of Pentacles twice. Stability of the connection between the two of you. These Four Wands represent 1111, which isn't just the number that's on my shirt and a bunch of the coffee mugs and t-shirts I have. It's the number of manifesting. This is the thing that they've been trying to manifest actually appearing in the physical reality, and having so much stability behind it, it's worth celebrating. A lot of times this will be celebrations of the home and the family. So like engagements, weddings, things like that. And we're clarifying the Hierophant, which is a marriage card. This, to them, and this looks like what they want. It looks like that level of serious commitment where you guys are going to have a stable home life together. I've got the Ten of Pentacles in both decks. I've got the Hierophant in both decks. Yeah, right under that Four of Wands is the Two of Wands, more Aries energy, them choosing the path that leads them to the world that they want. That is the path that they want to go down. It probably took them a little bit of time to find that idea out, to figure that out. The Hermit is Virgo energy. This is withdrawal, isolation, like something happening. You don't choose to go into hermit mode. Something happens and it forces you into hermit mode. This is about going inside yourself to do some soul searching, to do some deep inner reflection, some contemplation, trying to figure out what to do moving forward from here. Yeah, and I think during that period of time, they realized that they had the Ten of Cups with you. I've got the Ten of Pentacles twice, and now the Ten of Cups is out here. This is like the happy fairy tale ending card, the happy fairy tale love connection. It's about two people who are together and fully in love with each other and having that happy family life, that happy home life. This is most people's goal in love and emotions and relationships. And I think your person probably didn't realize that that's the path that they wanted to go down until they spent some time in the hermit mode, and then it occurred to them like, damn, I already had it all with Sagittarius, and now there's a wall in the way because of what I did. That's probably why I keep seeing that Five of Cups, the sadness and remorse about the past. Now they're realizing what they actually walked away from and what they actually lost. Now to clarify this Hierophant card, I got the Hierophant again, the Four of Cups, and the Fool. So again, anytime I'm clarifying a card and I get the same card as the clarifier, that's the universe beating me over the head going, dude, I done told you. They want a commitment. They want to be to the next level from wherever this is. They want to be in a committed relationship with Sagittarius. Probably want to get married. I mean, the cards to me in the deck that means getting married, or at the very least living together, are that Four of Wands we just looked at, and the Hierophant and the Ten of Pentacles. And I've got the Hierophant and the Ten of Pentacles in both decks out here. I also have the Justice card, which in order to get married, you need to involve the judicial system. You need to be able to legally get married. So it can definitely be that's where their mind is at, where their intentions are here. Next, we have the Four of Cups, Cancer energy. I think we already saw that here. Yeah, we did in the story on the bottom of the deck for the overall energy. They detached, they cut something off, made a decision that was cold and calculated to cut something off and leave it behind after being sneaky, probably, either because they weren't happy, or when they got to where they were going, they realized they weren't happy and they started daydreaming about you all the time. Same deal here. Not happy with what they have in front of them, and they keep daydreaming about the other cup. Now this can represent that there's already a love offer on the table between the two of you, and it just hasn't been accepted or rejected. It's just been left hanging here in the air with nothing being done about it. Or this can represent your person thinking about making this love offer to you and just hasn't quite done so yet, possibly out of fear of rejection, possibly because of the heartbreak that they caused. It's like they have the willingness to take that step and they want to put the work in on it, the willingness to put in that work. I just don't know yet that they have actually done this, but it's looking like it because I have a very decisive, fast-moving energy here, and the very next clarifier is the Fool. This is the first card of the Major Arcana, card 0. First card of the whole tarot deck. This is about taking the blind leap of faith on something. I've got 2 Hierophant cards here. I have another deck that calls the Hierophant card Faith. So this could be your person finally going, you know what, screw it. I'm not even going to think about this anymore. I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to jump off the cliff. I'm going to offer this cup of love, and I'll worry about how to grow wings on my way down. I'll worry about how to handle this as it goes along here. But this looks like them taking that leap of faith and offering you the cup. Final card in their energy for April 2022 is the 6 of Wands. This is Leo energy. This is a card of recognition. It's about your person either being recognized for something, or more likely your person recognizing something, like coming to some sort of a recognition themselves, and what they're recognizing is allowing them to move forward in success and victory. Similar energy to the Chariot, just not quite as potent. Just not quite as potent. Tell me about this 6 of Wands for Sagittarius' person of interest, please. Why is that here for Sagittarius person in April 2022? I gotta see if something flipped over right there. That felt like an explosion in my hands. Apparently not. Okay. Let's get one more on the 6 of Wands, please. This feels like there's a lot going on related to the 6 of Wands. The cards are all spreading out, trying to get away from me all at once here. On the bottom of the deck, 3 of Cups, Cancer energy. This is reconciliation energy. This is about being reunited and celebrating. The Emperor, Aries energy. This is an energy of control. This is about taking control of the situation, taking charge of the situation, putting together a plan to get what they want, and then executing the plan to get what they want. And doing that very quickly, very decisively. Knight of Swords. Rushing forward, speaking the truth, rushing forward, taking rapid, decisive action on something. And again, taking that action towards the Queen of Wands, which is a feminine fire sign energy. Having a lot of passion and desire for you. Right under that, we have the Lovers, Gemini energy. This is divine counterparts. This is divine feminine, divine masculine energy on the same card. This is a powerful love connection, at least from your person's perspective here. Whew. They're seeing this as a very powerful connection. These are 2 people who are probably supposed to be together, so your person's probably viewing you guys that way. I've got the card here of Justice, like putting things back in balance so that what's supposed to happen can happen. And then I've got the Star out here, which in a love reading can not only signify that you're their wish fulfillment, that can mean that they believe you're the one for them. They're viewing you like a gift from the universe. And the very next card to its right is the universe presenting them with a gift, some tangible, practical opportunity here. And the very next card to the right of that is the Hierophant, like the marriage card. So this is telling me that your person is viewing you as the one for them, the person that they're supposed to be with. And now they recognize just how powerful of a connection this is. And they're trying to plan for the future with you. Page of Pentacles. This is news and messages and communications about some practical, tangible opportunity. Notice he's carrying that Ace. which is the seed with the potential to grow into this 10. Now remember, I said though, this is not the 10 in and of itself. It just has the potential to get there. It requires work, time, effort, and energy. And the very next card for your person under that is the 8 of Pentacles, putting in the work, the time, the effort, and the energy in order to get what they want. So they're wanting to plan for the future with you in terms of reconciling your connection, getting back together. Yeah. Planning for the future after there was that 7 of Swords. So the 7 of Swords is right here on the table. I think also your person now, because they did sneaky deceptive stuff and they broke your heart, we've seen them being sad and remorseful about it, and then the very next card has been the Queen of Swords each time, worrying about getting cut off at the head because of what they did. I think that's what slowed them down here. That's why they took all this time just contemplating it and never actually did it, because they're still worried about what they did and the wall that put up around you. This is Sagittarius energy. The 9 of Wands is a card of healing. It's about being walled off and defensive, but it's a card of healing. That's the wounded warrior. He's been hurt. Hence the wall he's built around himself. He's done that as a defense mechanism because he doesn't want to be hurt anymore. He doesn't want to continue to get hurt. So he's put the wall up as a way to protect himself so he doesn't get hurt, so he can heal, so he can move forward and take the next step in his journey. I think your person realizes what they did caused your wall to come up. They realized that they hurt you. They caused you all this heartbreak and sadness when they walked away. And behind that wall is the 10 of Cups that they really want. So they're viewing you as the lovers, as the one for them, and trying to plan for the future. But they know what they did put a wall between them and getting that 10 of Cups with you, the happy fairy tale ending with you. I think you guys probably had a 10 of Cups type of a relationship beforehand. You probably lived together beforehand, at the least. Could have actually been married before all of this went down. And now they're trying to fix it. I think they've recognized just how important the connection is for them to you, like how important you are to them. And I think they've recognized that what they did was kind of messed up. And what they did is actually what's caused this Hanged Man energy, Pisces energy, progress being halted. There is no forward movement. Things are stuck right here where they are. They're stagnant. Now the Hanged Man is hanging upside down though, because he's looking at things from a different perspective than he normally would. He's trying to look at things from a different point of view than he normally would. And he's doing that trying to gain enlightenment on something. He's trying to figure out, how the hell do I get this unstuck so that we can move forward in success and victory here? How do we get this unstuck and balance it back out? The 6 of Pentacles is Taurus energy. This is a card of balance. It's generosity, reciprocity. Like, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. You take care of me, I'll take care of you. This is a card of equal give and take and trying to balance the connection back out, because they're not happy with the way things currently are. They're not happy with things continuing to be stuck and not moving forward. The final card to clarify that 6 of Wands is the Sun. Leo Major Arcana card. This is the happiest card in the deck. It's happiness, joy, abundance, bliss, harmony. You can't get a better card than the Sun. This is telling me that your person views you as a source of happiness. They realize now just how much happiness they got from you and from the connection with you and being in a connection and a commitment with you. And they're viewing you now like the sunshine that lights up their life. To them, this connection has a lot of gravity to it. That's kind of the way the solar system's put together. The sun's in the center of it, and all the planets orbit around the sun because the sun has all the gravity. So I'm feeling like your person's recognizing how much you actually mean to them, how much happiness they got from you, and they realize that it's stuck because of what they did, and they're trying to figure out how to balance it back, how to get the happiness back, how to be reunited and celebrating with you. Now, if you still have questions you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. When you do, you'll be taken to more Sagittarius love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation, and I'll see you in the next video.